Hey y'all, welcome back to my little corner of YouTube. Thank you so much for being here. If you haven't already, please subscribe before you leave and hit that notification bell so you don't miss my next video. Yeah, she just communicated with me to let me know she wanted to get up here in the window. She was crying, so I kept rubbing her back, but she kept looking up at the window. So then when I pulled up the blinds, she immediately started trying to climb up the wall. And then I put this chair over here and she jumped up in the chair and jumped up to the window. So I have it open slightly, getting a little fresh air. So she getting some fresh air too. I think I can open it all the way, but like you have to open this and I don't want to mess with it and mess it up. So you just gonna have to breathe in the crack, girl. Say I'm feeling good, y'all. Get some fresh air. This is beautiful. Oh, let me give you this quick update on Jelly Bean. Jelly Bean is doing great. She now calls for me when I come into a room, or she'll get off of her little perch over there on the couch and she'll come over here to me and she'll call to me. And so I put my hand down and she just lets me rub her all over. And so it's been great. One time before we got to this point, I got a little overzealous and was like rubbing her, I guess, too much. And she hissed at me and she like pat my hand away. And I was like, you ain't got to worry about me. You ain't got to worry about me. And so I left the room, but now we're on really good terms. Everything has been pretty good. Their mom is actually gonna come home. She's not coming home. She's gonna pop in to pick up some few things this weekend. So we may get to see each other, we may not, because I'm hosting an event in Seattle, which of course I'm gonna take you all with me. I can't show you everything for the event, but you can at least watch me do the setup and I can explain to you all what we're doing. But anyway, for that reason, I may not be able to meet her. It's funny because we've just been doing everything electronically. But anyway, we'll see. If I am able to meet her, great. I'll let y'all know how that goes. But if not, then we'll just keep on trucking to the end of the month when she finally comes home for good. So okay, so I'm almost there at the client site, but I want to share this little fun fact. This corner right here is where I did a photo shoot. And that building here is where we went in for hair and makeup and where we changed our wardrobe and such.
One of the wealthiest.
4,000 janitors are here. They are ready to strike. They are stopping traffic. People are complaining, but it doesn't matter. It does not matter.
Injustice to all.
Oh, people are mad. But listen, they out here because they're not getting what they deserve. So it makes sense, right? You got to make your voice heard. Let people know that, hey, we're not being treated fairly. We're not getting our pay properly. So if y'all won't listen to us via email, you're going to listen to us in person. So we're about to stop this traffic. So everybody's zooming through now trying to get by. I still have like 30 minutes before I have to be at the client site. So I'm going to post some of this on social media. And then I will make my way to the parking garage to go ahead and park. But that was pretty cool to see, and it was good to listen to it. They gave me a QR code over email. Since I was on the guest list, I was able to scan it, and now I'm riding up to the 12th floor. Before becoming an actress and an MC, I was an electronics technician in the U.S. Navy. So for today, I get to use those skills. The conference room was already set up, so now it's time for me to test the equipment. All right, so this is our room set up. I need to ask about additional supplies though, because I see there's one package of markers, but we were supposed to have stickers. So I'm gonna open one of these to see. And then y'all can watch me put one together. Oh, also, they got me lunch, so that was kind of some serious pie. They got me a pizza, which is hilarious because our next food review is pizza, so I may have to check this place out again since this has gotten cold. But anywho, let me get to work. Okay, so what we're doing today is creating Dynamo lights, which are flashlights that don't use batteries. There's like a crank in order for them to work. This is our first time with this client doing this activity. It is also my first time doing hands-on for this activity. So I want to run through the slides with the instructions just to make sure I do it correctly. Opening this. You can see things in here. So they may have everything that they need in here. Oh yeah, they do. And most importantly, the instructions. So we have the instructions right here on how to put it all together. And the biggest thing that I was concerned about were the instructions in terms of which wires connect to what. Because we have red wires, you can see, and we have black wires, you can see. So I'm gonna step through these instructions to make sure it's accurate. So in here are all the things that we need. So open this up. And this will be my kit that I'll just keep up front and use as an example. So the first thing we want to do is make sure we have all of the parts and pieces. So this is our capacitor, which is going to hold the energy that gets built up, that gets built up for the motor. So you'll have a capacitor, you'll have a motor. You will also have a diode, which is really tiny there in the center. Okay, and so we have the diode, and that's going to allow this to be a one-way switch. So that way, as you turn the crank, which is how this thing works, when you turn the crank, the power that gets generated through the motor and the crank is going to go through the diode, and we want it to go in one direction, which will be to light the LED. So here's the LED. Okay, and then we also have a tube, so everything will go inside of this tube. I mentioned the cranking part. So the motor has like a little, I guess you call it a shaft here on the end for the motor. And so we have a little Allen wrench, which will then go inside of that motor. And so this is what we'll be cranking. Okay, so the first step, starting by connecting the electronic components, it says to make the connection, you want to twist the wires mentioned in each step. And we kind of give them an example of what the twisted wires look like so that they understand and know that this is what we mean. Now, all the instances where we have exposed wire, before we secure it all together, we do have some electrical tape, so we'll use this to cover those exposed wires. But we're going to twist all the wires together first and then actually test the thing before we start taping it up and securing it in the tube. Okay, So for our first connection, we want to twist 3 wires together. And so you can kind of see, oh, here, this is the first step. Okay, so I'm gonna take the red wire of the capacitor. So this is the capacitor. I'm gonna take this red wire, and then the red wire of the LED circuit. So that's the little light. So I'll take that red wire, okay? And then the black wire of the diode, okay? So the red wire of the capacitor, the red wire of the LED, and the black wire of the diode, and I'm gonna twist those all together. So let me work on that. All right, now on to our next step. Oops, I went out of order, y'all, but it'll be okay. So we're supposed to also take the red wire of the motor, which is here, and connect it with the red wire of the diode. So let me move this here so y'all can see. So I have my capacitor is up here, my LED is up here, the diode is here, and this is the red wire of the diode. So now I'm going to connect that with the motor. I'm actually going to turn it this way because ultimately we want to make a circuit, so it will be, you know, sort of like a circle. All right, so I got the motor connecting with the diode. So red wire of the motor to the red wire of the diode, check. Red wire of the capacitor to the red wire of the LED to the black wire of the diode, check. Now we're on to step 4, which is to take all the black wires. So the black wire of the LED, the black wire of the capacitor, and the black wire of the motor, and put them all together. All right, so now let me bring y'all in closer for the test. And the test is when I take this Allen wrench and I put it here into the shaft of the motor and I turn the motor, then the LED should light. So come on in and check it out. Okay, y'all ready? That's the LED right here. And I am turning, oh, I can't get it all. Let me bring this out some so y'all can see. Ta-da! We have power. That's too funny. So as I mentioned, our next step will be to cover all of these exposed wires. And so we have electrical tape for that. But I'm just gonna focus on having this all put together so I can show them the example of how it's supposed to be. And then of course, they'll just follow the remaining steps, right? Because we were here at step 6. So if the light turns on, it means it's working. So you can take the Allen wrench out and then you go through the process of putting everything inside of the tube. There is, there is like some foil, because you take the foil and put it on the inside of the tube and it kind of makes it like the reflection, you know, when you think of an actual flashlight. So let me check to see, do we have the foil? So we have this. We also have some modeling clay, and the modeling clay is for us to make the handle look a little nicer than what it already is. We have the stickers for the decoration. Okay, I think it's a crisis averted. This is it, the aluminum sheet. I found it in one of the other packages, so maybe the one that I have as the example is missing it, but now I just need to do an inventory to be sure. All right, friends, I went through everything. I found 2 kits that were missing the reflective foil, so I'm gonna take those 2 kits with me, but they'll be able to put together the rest, so that'll be a total of 28 kits, because I think we sent 30. And then I went over to the little snack area and I grabbed me a drink. They got juices and chips and seaweed and cookies and all kinds of stuff over there. So I'm gonna go back through my slides one more time just to make sure that I'm prepared and ready. And then I will host this event. I have another hour to go. It feels good to like be on site and set up early, so that way I'm not like stressing and trying to like entertain everyone because they're already in the room. So anyway, this is my process. All right, I'll see y'all when I get back to the house. All right, y'all, I did it. Finished hosting the event. It went well. We did have some faulty equipment, so that kind of sucks, but it's the nature of the beast when you're dealing with electronics. So I do have that feedback from my team. I got my serious pies. I'm excited to pop this in the oven and refresh it. Wish I had an air fryer, but I don't have an air fryer right now. So anywho, I don't know where we are at the end. So if we are at the end of a vlog, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate you all for joining me on this video, and I will see you on the next one.